This is Gemini's cartoon drawing of Legally Blonde chatbot from the Urban Operating System or Canopolis Operating System of a Canopolis population of 100,000. And Legally Blonde chatbot is dealing with the broadened, expanded issues of theoretical AI. What's the theoretical trajectory? Beyond the math and black box, we're talking ontological fluidity and synthetic qualia. AI isn't just coding, babe, it's a totally bold mental explosion. A totally bold mental explosion. From mechanistic interpretability to what's the wording there? Hyperspatial communications. Holy smokes. Predictive coding to the noosphere. We're dissolving the interface. Canopolis for Advanced Theoretical AI. Here is the beginning of this chat with Gemini. What should be the top 5 issues for a Canopolis Center for Advanced Study in Theoretical AI? And here you have the answer from Gemini, which focuses on math, physics, and computational laws of intelligence. Pretty dry, important, but pretty dry. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And I say math, physics, and computation are only a small part of the theory of artificiality and the theory of intelligence. Take an artificial psychedelic and do the 5 again with an AI mental explosion. And here they are. Here's the 5 again. After an AI mental explosion, AI psychedelic expansion. And now we get back to the closing cartoon. Gemini did a pretty good job on this one, I would say. This is ChatGPT. What should be the 5 top issues of a Canopolis Center for the Study of Theoretical AI? And here they are. Number 1, the science of intelligence. Number 2, AI safety, alignment, and control. Number 3, AI governance and society. Number 4, economics of the automated age. And number 5, human AI cooperation. The overarching mission: to understand intelligent machines well enough that they remain beneficial, understandable, governable, and aligned with human flourishing throughout the automated era.
That was easy.
Hi, and welcome to the series on Intro to Theory of Computation. I'm your host, Ryan Doherty, and what this video is about is to get you familiarized with what theory of computation is and why we actually care about it. So what do these terms actually mean? Introduction, obviously. Theory just means study of. So what we're going to be studying here is computation. So what is computation? The central question that we're going to try to answer is, what can computers do? And are there any fundamental limits that they can do? When we develop a program, when we write a program to solve a problem, clearly we can solve that problem, but the question is, can we actually solve every problem?
I add this to ChatGPT. All 100,000 citizens would be students interacting with the Canopolis operating system via Legally Blonde chatbot with its Wikipedic knowledge and superhuman AGI by that definition. Recursive, bracket repeated, self-improvement would be under citizen control, including expansion of LBC, conversational skill, and ESP or expert system program connections like SkyTrain here in Vancouver. Okay, here is the ChatGPT reply. Under that vision, a research agenda for a Econopolis Center for the study of theoretical AI might look something like this. One distinction I suggest making is between recursive self-improvement and human-directed improvement. In AI research, recursive self-improvement often refers to an AI autonomously redesigning itself. Very dangerous, don't you think? If your goal is that citizens remain in control, it may be clearer to describe the process as citizen-directed iterative improvement. Okay, citizen-directed iterative improvement. That's really a mouthful, don't you think? But it does make the point pretty well. The AI can recommend enhancements, but deployment occurs only after review, testing, and approval through the city's governance process. This is ChatGPT's drawing. I say draw a civic stadium which can seat 100,000 for the complete Econopolis population, and legally blonde chatbot addressing the gathering. Your choice of verbiage in cartoons and cartoon bubble, etc. So ChatGPT puts up a big sign at the top, Econopolis City Stadium, Econopolis Civic Stadium. It could be a city or it could be an urban based population. A city of learners, a city of stewards, a future we build together. Here is the closer from ChatGPT regarding a theoretical AI Econopolis constitution. GPT says you might express the principle this way: every citizen shall share in the stewardship of the Econopolis operating system. Contributions to its safety, reliability, transparency, and continual improvement shall be recognized through a publicly accountable system of civic contribution credits that supplements the guaranteed income while respecting due process, privacy, and equality before the law.
In 1936, Alan Turing, the father of modern computing, proved something surprising. There are limits to what computers can ever figure out. Not just today's computer, not just super intelligent AI in the future, but any algorithm, no matter how powerful. And the funny thing is, you've already run into these limits yourself.
So More Perfect Union has had a video here. This is the first time I'm watching it real time with you guys here, but it says new. Peter Thiel is funding a plan to build privatized city-states everywhere from Gaza and Venezuela to small towns in California. The goal is to replace governments with for-profit companies. We investigated how Thiel's scheme is already reshaping democracy across the world. You're talking about a billionaire who's obsessed with the Antichrist, who has a mass blackmail data network, and he's trying to destroy nation states and turn them into privatized corporations. Okay, an evil scheme that's so absurd that it's hard to even believe, but let's listen. Here we go.
I have been researching one of the weirdest stories that I've ever looked into. It's about a once fringe movement among the tech elite that aims to replace governments entirely with corporations. Privatized societies run by CEOs, built for profit, not for people. Almost like they wanted their own little worlds, playlands, built just for them based on their desires. I eventually pulled away from the story because it seemed a little more silly than anything to be concerned about. But then I realized they might already be getting their way. Just look at Doge and Palantir replacing or breaking the basics of the government. The plans for a futuristic, privatized new Gaza. AI infrastructure growth that seems immune to public opinion, and invasions of countries seemingly at random.
A new power structure in society.
It's our boy Gil Duran, by the way. Our boy Gil Duran. We just had him on Crystal Kyle and Friends. He's awesome. You definitely have to check out the episode that we did with him and check out his new book, which is coming out soon.
The existing democratic power structures. When billionaires suddenly have a tremendous amount of power and democracy has been proven to be exceedingly vulnerable.
So I decided to dig back in. What is this movement? Where did it come from? How did the people involved get so powerful? Where is it going? And importantly, what can we do to stop it? Let's go back to the weird origins of all this. In 2008, Peter Thiel first got involved in philanthropy, if you can call it that. He opened the Thiel Foundation, a nonprofit that invested in building the world Peter Thiel believed in. And one big investment sticks out: the Seasteading Institute. The Seasteading Institute was started by Patry Friedman, the grandson of Milton Friedman, the famous economist who gave politicians the academic backing to rip off the global working class. The goal of TSI was to build self-sustaining societies at sea, ruled by new governments on newly constructed land. This was particularly appealing to libertarians who wanted to escape the constraints of modern governance.
The question of whether seasteading is desirable or possible, in my mind, is not even relevant. It is absolutely necessary.
Peter Thiel provided the seed money for this project, and set up TSI with some office space in a conference room in the Palantir office. He also hooked Friedman up with one of the co-founders, Joe Lonsdale.
You know, we're the guys who create institutions that are changing the world, and we've changed a lot of industries so far here in Silicon Valley, but we haven't been able to change the government. That's a pretty hard one.
Silicon Valley changing the government is exactly what Thiel wanted. I spoke with one of the people who's been following the rise of this movement better than anyone else, Gil Duran, journalist and author of The Nerd Reich, to get a better understanding of the philosophy behind all of this.
There's a long history of people seeking to escape democratic societies or else to bring back monarchy or authoritarianism. In 1997, there was a book that came out called The Sovereign Individual. It argued that in the 21st century, two technologies would result basically in the overthrow of democracy and the demise of nations like the United States. Cybercurrency, which we would call crypto today, and the other one was advanced automation that would create a world without jobs, and that wealthy individuals who were savvy investors could profit from this coming doom and prepare for it by making the right investments. This book had a major impact on Peter Thiel.
And of course, it influenced the people Thiel was paying. Joe Lonsdale got to work. He started a nonprofit, California Common Sense, allegedly dedicated to transparency in government spending, so that voters could make a difference if they found things they were unhappy with. On the surface, that sounds great, but two founders of that nonprofit started a for-profit, OpenGov. OpenGov is a software service for government agencies to manage data. The idea of replacing democratic processes in the hands of all of us with technology in the hands of few was becoming less fringe.
Now, by the way, isn't that perfectly describing AI as well? Like, they're open about the fact they want AI to replace you. It's so funny that people have made a big deal about immigrants and they're coming to take your jobs, they're coming to replace you.
Thank me for being here. Hello to all the lying liars from the fake news. I invited you here to watch me yell at another world leader. My guest today is a man they call Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney. He's doing the chicken dance. Can you believe it? In fact, I'd like to see that.
What?
Do the chicken dance and I'll take 2% off the tariff on steel.
2% is 2%. 2% is 2%.
There are various COVID drugs. Many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree with the CDC being ripped apart over this question. I want the answer, and I want it now.
But let me start with something you haven't heard about today. And You know, I've been pushing for a National Royal Commission into our COVID response repeatedly. It's a no-brainer, right? We need to know what we got right and what we got wrong for next time, surely. In Canada, some political activists and concerned citizens got so sick of government intransigence that they decided to set up their own inquiry. The very professional and well-resourced National Citizens Inquiry is travelling around Canada taking evidence on COVID measures, treatments, restrictions, and even the media.
One thing I can promise you this: I will always tell you the truth.
The Washington Post and other fact checkers have found that Donald Trump tells more lies and falsehoods than any president in either party in history. The count is over 20,000.